Hello and welcome to another Tea Time with me, Meoni, for Final Fantasy XIV. This is a video series where I sit down and talk to you guys as if we were live. Now, fundamentally, we have some really good news, and we could have actually done this one live, but I thought we'd do a few of these offline as well. We do have some stuff planned for live streaming in the future, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But there you go, we're in the quicksand today, just for a bit of background. That's something a little bit different than usual. I mean, it's not that different, but, I thought I'd do something different. So we've got a few things to talk about today. Firstly, we should talk about my internet situation, which has gone from pretty awful, as you know, to pretty damn good. So for the last couple of days, I've actually been testing stream settings. We streamed Maneater on the second channel. That took us 4 hours. Just sort of like stability tests. We did a test on twitch.tv/Meoni on Saturday. We actually did a raid last night on twitch.tv/Meoni. And it went pretty good. We've set the bitrate as high as possible, and there's a reason for that. So essentially, as you can see on screen, here's a before, which is pretty sad. Honestly, that's what I had to deal with for the longest time. That's actually a really strong result compared to what it was on most of the days. And that was a screen cap from when it was actually behaving slightly. But as you can see, the download speed, 7 is, it's a number, right? It's okay. But the upload speed was frankly abysmal. It was very difficult to upload an image, let alone a YouTube video, which is why I actually purchased a phone last year, actually in 2018, in October, and got an unlimited data plan for, obviously to upload on 4G. And I had to travel outside of my house to 2 miles away to the nearest hotspot to be able to upload videos at some relative speed. And that's how I've been doing it for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years now. It's been pretty hectic, mostly because of the decline of the internet. Before then, I used to do like a video now and again on the channel, as you might remember, or the quality was very low. That was simply to save on file space, file size. So we had obviously no problems uploading something that was only a few gigabytes rather than, the tens of gigabytes that these videos can be, especially tea time videos, which, obviously are quite big. So here's the after shot then. I think you'll agree. This is pretty good. This was actually the day that it was installed. Actually, the day after it was installed, there was a bit of downtime. We thought we would have to have 5 days of downtime to fix it. But it turns out we didn't have to wait at all. They sent out a technician and they got their act together pretty quickly. I'm talking about OpenReach here. So massive props to OpenReach for setting this up within record time and actually, with very little disruption. So yeah, here I am sat on this. Basically, as the weekend went by, the internet got a little bit faster. The upload speed is relatively the same. We're looking at about 50 something up, about 50 up. It doesn't really go below that as far as I've seen so far. Now, 50 megabit up is, let me be completely honest with you, overkill. But we also got this, which is what it was today, over 900 down, and then we've still got our 50 up. Now, obviously, there's a disparity between upload speed and download speed, but it's very hard to argue with 50 up. So, as part of my package that I signed up for, I basically went for the top package I possibly could. Full fiber 900, the biggest package possible, which is gigabit internet. And, basically, it is 900 and something down. And we're getting about 50 up. I should be getting about 115, the technician said, upload speed. And that might happen sometime in the future. But for now, 50 is, I know it's like half that. But what am I going to do with more than 50 meg? That's my question. My videos upload very quickly. My streams are the highest quality I possibly can set them to. I'm pretty happy, honestly. People can be doing stuff inside the house. They can be watching, Netflix or whatever. They could be downloading games. It really is night and day. I'm absolutely smitten. I'm in love with this new internet connection, as you could probably tell. It also means videos like this, I can talk for as long as I want without real wonders if I'm going to be able to upload it. Now, obviously, my rendering is still going to be a time-consuming process, mostly because of my out-of-date components in my PC. But again, August, new computer, finally. I'm looking forward to that. We're about £800 away from my new computer. I'm not even kidding. So obviously, I'm not asking you to donate or anything like that, but I'm very grateful for the people that have donated and supported me on Patreon and memberships on YouTube and stuff like that so far. It's absolutely amazing, and I'm not begging for money before anybody suggests that I am. I'm just trying to improve the content that I can provide, and that's the whole reason I mention it in the first place. But I'm very transparent with what I'm trying to do. I've saved up for 6 years. I need £800 more or thereabouts, just to be safe. I would say about 900. And then we're good. I can afford to pay the bills next month and get this computer. That would be nice. As for if I will build it myself or pre-built, essentially the parts that I want, I've seen. I priced it up. There's a difference of about £100 between someone else building it and me building it, so I'm not sure. There's also stock limitations on certain websites, so we'll have a look into that. But you know, I'm leaning towards the pre-built at the moment, simply so there's less downtime. I want to get this thing straight delivered to me, you know, plug everything in, install a few things, and then we're off. And then we can render really fast. I'm intending to get a Ryzen Threadripper 3970X. So you can imagine the sort of price. I mean, that alone is, what, nearly £2,000 worth of CPU? So you can see what I'm going for. But like I say, I've saved up for the majority of it. We're about 90% completion, and I'm just waiting for the next YouTube payday, when YouTube will inevitably gut me again. But Patreon is really, really huge in terms of making it so that I can live and pay the bills, but at the same time allowing me to save up on the sidelines as well. So it's taken 6 years, but we're nearly there. We're nearly at the point where I'm happy and we can pump out some videos. So anyway, regardless of that, my internet is absolutely just, I don't know how to explain it other than that I am the happiest I've been in so long. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Yes, the Portal song lyrics come to mind. So we've been making the most of it. Like I say, I mean, it was installed on Friday. We had downtime on Friday. Basically, it went live on Saturday. We did a test stream on Saturday. We did... it was installed on Thursday. Sorry, Thursday it was installed. Then we had Friday without internet, and we were a little bit unfortunate about that. Saturday we did a stream. Oh no, was it for? Oh no, they were coming Wednesday, weren't they? Oh god, I'm completely losing track of days. So they installed it on the 16th. Since then, we've done a test stream for about an hour, 2 hours, something like that. We've done a full stream completing Maneater on the second channel. Then we did a full raid night last night of our static, which was actually really fun. A lot of people joined that. I didn't advertise this stuff simply because I wasn't sure if it was up to quality yet. And then we actually have planned for next Saturday, so that would be this coming Saturday now, after this week, we will be doing Eureka from the start. So I've mentioned this before a few times, but I've got a community public Discord for the 777 Whiskers, which is my community, where the Patreons, etc. go, but it's open to the public. There will be a link in the description. There's always a link to my Discord in all of our videos. There is a default upload thing for my YouTube. If you go on that and assign yourself the viewer rank, simply poke around a little bit, ask one of the Discord moderators or staff on the right side of the Discord list if you can have the Eureka role. Then essentially you're able to go to Eureka with us on Saturday. We're going to be doing it all the way from the start. So as many people as humanly possible. We don't have many limitations on that. I think like 25, obviously. I think it's 24, sorry. But we don't have that amount of people yet, as far as I'm concerned. And we also need a few other people as well. And we'll be trying to get people at least one weapon and one full set of armor from the full completion, from Anemos, since essentially unlocking Eureka all the way up until the completion of High Dartos. Once we've got everybody at that point, over the next few weeks, obviously we're not doing it all in one day, we will do Baldessi and Arsenal as a group. And I think that would be really nice to do it as a community rather than rely on pugs. So, of course, if you do want to be a part of that, you totally can. Just join the Discord. Discord people do get priority, obviously. And then we will be live streaming that from 3 p.m. UK time on Saturday, this coming Saturday, all the way up till 11 p.m. We'll have breaks in between. Obviously, it's not just going to be a flat-out grind, but of course, we'll be doing that with as many people as possible. We've got a lot of people really encouraged on my Discord already, and we just need a few more people that are interested, and we can hit the ground running. I'm really looking forward to doing that again, mostly because I thought it would be a good idea to get people through Eureka that necessarily have negative opinions about it, or perhaps they more lean towards playing solo, but they're, a little bit like afraid of playing with other people. Well, don't worry about that. Come and join us, and we'll get you through Eureka together. And I guarantee you that if you join from the start till the end, you will get a weapon all the way completed, and probably an armor set as well. And then eventually we'll do Baldessi and Arsenal. So that's one of the things that I'm wanting to give back to the community and join in. We're also going to be doing other sorts of things on live streams as well. I forgot to mention this, the Eureka thing will be on YouTube on this channel broadcast. A few other things will be on my Twitch channel, like I say, twitch.tv/Meoni. That's where we'll be doing a lot of sort of raid content stuff, bits and pieces, stuff with the community that's not necessarily as structured as it would be if we were to do it on YouTube. And of course, we've got the second channel for random games and stuff I want to do with my friends that might not be everyone's cup of tea. I think this works best for a plan. As in regards to how memberships and stuff work, essentially, if you are a member on YouTube, then essentially that's like becoming a Patreon, right? So you will get, if you tell me that what your name is on YouTube or whatever, or on Patreon, you get given that supporter role in the Discord. We have a couple of tiers of that. We have the basic tier all the way up to $5, and then $15 is essentially the legendary tier, which is just gold. We haven't really got many rewards for Patreon supporters and stuff like that at the moment, mostly because it's just a way of supporting me and the channel more than it is to get anything in particular. I didn't want to gatekeep too much behind supporter ranks. I'm not the sort of YouTuber that goes, hey, you can get access to this and my private stuff if you pay me money. We're not like that at all. Most of it, 90% of it, is open to the public, and that's how it's going to stay. I guarantee it. So if you do fancy supporting me, that's all that's for. In regards to the membership stuff on YouTube, we do have some like a basic emotes. We're actually looking into getting more of those made. I need to reply to a few people who have given me basically essentially free stuff and just need a bit of direction. I need to reply to those people. I have been neglecting my bit. I am apologizing directly to you. If you have sent me an email, I will reply to that this week. It's just been, as you can imagine, when the internet was like a problem and we were trying to get it installed, it's a cluster, right? It's a never-ending domino chain. You push one down and everything happens at once. So it's been very overwhelming and I've not had a lot of time, but I will get back to you. I promise you on that one. So anyway, apart from the internet now being absolutely amazing, and for the future, we're looking forward to our computer. We're looking forward to basically doing more stuff with the community, which is something I've always wanted to do. There's a lot of really good stuff happening in Final Fantasy XIV. So we got news the other day. I don't know if you caught my news video, sort of like big news thing. Essentially, there was this huge wad of information translated from various Japanese publications, such as Dengeki and stuff. These were translated by Aluna Minori and the rest of the team over at the subreddit of the Final Fantasy XIV Reddit Discord. But we went through a few things of this. I just wanted to repeat the fact that the Regalia event, the Final Fantasy 15 crossover, will be actually making a return. It was mentioned, let's see, there are voices about returning the Final Fantasy 15 collab event, so the team is thinking maybe it would be a good idea to. This will require them to know when to slot it in, because there are other seasonal events underway too. So that's the exact quote from that translation. Essentially, what we're looking at is that there is a confirmed Yokai Watch event coming soon. That will probably hit with 5.3 itself. After the Moogle Itinerant event ends, we'll probably get this one, the new Yokai Watch event, which is supposed to have new weapons for the ones it didn't have last time. There's been a few jobs since then, and hopefully some new minions and maybe even a new mount. We're not sure yet, but they're putting some time into that. So we do have events coming up. We also have, obviously, the Midsummer event. The summer event hasn't gone live yet. This is something that they are working on, and I think they've got the majority of that stuff ready. But again, it's been an interesting situation at Square Enix. So I would imagine a month, give it 2 months or something like that, we might see news, at least, about the Final Fantasy 15 crossover. But for all of you people who have been like, when am I getting my Regalia? When am I getting my Regalia? I really want my car mount, Meoni. Damn, I wish I'd actually logged in back then. Rest assured, you will be getting it at some point soon. I would imagine before the year's out, so at least there's the confirmation then that it's not likely to come to the MOG station, and that we are seeing people talk about, internally at least, bringing back the 15 collab, which is good news all round, I think you'll agree. But we have a lot of stuff to go through. We've got Yokai Watch, we've got obviously 5.3 itself, we've got the Midsummer event, whatever that will be, and then of course in October you have the Halloween event. So maybe between the summer one and Halloween one, I'm not sure. Watch this space, essentially. I do videos on this sort of stuff all the time, news little bulletins and stuff. I intend to usually get them out as fast as I possibly can. So you'll probably see a video if you're subscribed to the channel and hit that bell notification, which I know is a really cringy thing to say on YouTube. But if you do hit that notification bell, at least you'll be notified sometimes if my content's gone live. It doesn't always work, but it's the best thing we can do. But bear in mind, there will be a little bit of spam. I do like making videos. I'm a content creator. I make videos. I don't just make one a week. That would suck pretty bad. So anyway, other stuff we should talk about then in terms of Final Fantasy XIV, apart from 5.3 and a special site being absolutely amazing, and that new boss from the new dungeon looking incredible. All of the artwork going with that people are making, just, yeah, it blows me away, really. They just got a little screenshot of a character. It always blows me away in Final Fantasy XIV. The community surrounding it, especially the artists, they're like, they see a snippet of something and then it goes crazy. They have all of this elaborate concept art stuff that they've created themselves, and so much of it looks better than what Final Fantasy XIV themselves put out. It's really been exceptional. I would include some now, but I don't want to, obviously steal the thunder of those particular artists. But if you spend enough time on social media, you'll see some really cool stuff to do with the Heroes Gauntlet. Just type in Heroes Gauntlet art into Google. You'll see some fantastic stuff for that new boss that was featured on a special site. I specifically want her leggings and her boots, to be honest. Those would be cool as glamour. What else? So there is actually an important note that we missed out of the big summary video that I made. So he says, this is Yoshi P. Currently, the development performance is around 90 to 95% compared to their 100% rate of development in Office. Obviously, they're not in the office. Not all of them are. And they're working from home still. The schedule for new patches now returned to normal. But it did take them. Sorry, some of the English is broken here. But it did take them a month to set it up. There we go. I had to sort of translate that in my brain a little bit to work and make sense. This is important to note. Considering the delay, this will also delay the release of the next expansion as well. but considering they now got a hold of their schedule already, the delays will not take 6 months or a year. For FanFest, currently there is no saying that the Japan or European FanFest will proceed as normal. There will be updates to this during mid-July. If situations have developed to a point where we need to be updated on whether FanFest will still be conducted as normal, we'll be informed of it. So there's two things there to note. So mostly they were fearing the delay of things. The expansion, the Untitled expansion for 6.0 has been delayed in some regard, but not by as much as 6 months or a year, which was the previous concern. They're actually bringing back up their production schedule, which is nice to hear. It's typical, how do I say this politely? It's Japanese dedication without being racist. It's that dedication to their art and their love and passion for fulfilling the requirements of a job. There's that honor in the workplace that's hard to find elsewhere in the world. And honestly, I'm incredibly surprised that they've managed to close the gap a little bit. They're working their socks off, let's put it that way. And I couldn't be happier. But at the same time, I just hope that they're not crunching their team too much. There shouldn't be any crunch at all, let's be honest. But this is Japan. Unfortunately, there is an unfortunate precedent that happens in a lot of countries like Japan. And we'll have to hope for the best anyway. But at the end of the day, the game being delayed isn't the important thing. It's the well-being of the employees at Square Enix that we all love the content of. The last thing we want is them to work themselves to death and then for us to lose valued people in the arts, basically. I would rather it be delayed by 6 months than, for them to crunch. But it is what it is. And if they're saying they're managing to catch up a little bit, then hats off to them. Huge props. It's a lot of dedication to their craft, for sure. So in regards to the FanFest stuff, then, there's no guarantee that Japan or the European FanFest will proceed as normal. The way things are looking, there's a lot of very confusing things in the media. There's a lot of people not obeying government rules and regulations, and there's some people that are, and then the government's, at least in this country, is not being very clear, I think, would be fair to say. Not with everything. So there's a lot of speculation, especially since the European one will be in London, and London has been one of the hardest hit parts of my country, at least, in terms of the COVID situation. So they say they'll bring updates to us during mid-July. Well, it's July the 20th today, so how much further in July are we going to be waiting before we see some news on that? Give it a couple of weeks and we're going to be in August already. So, yeah, we'll just have to sit on it and hope for the best. The other thing that I didn't mention that I completely missed is this little quote here. The next ultimate difficulty raid is being under production, but there is currently another huge thing under development right now. So the developers are taking the whole stance of get it done quick so that we can rest in ease right now because they don't want anything that affects their future plans. That's a very cryptic quote there. So another huge thing under development. So what could they be working on that's more important than an ultimate difficulty? Well, maybe stuff to do with the next expansion, or people are going to instantly speculate, they might be working on other games or something. But no, this is the 14 development team. So what are they working on? Is it the Unreal Trials? What is it? Is it closer to home sort of 5.3 stuff? I'm not sure. It's very cryptic. We could read into that, but it might be as simple as that it was worded weirdly there and they're actually just busy with 5.3 stuff. But we'll have to wait and see, right? But at least they are working on the next ultimate difficulty, which is why a lot of the top end of PvE content devourers are not currently subbed. They're waiting for the next big thing, which is completely reasonable. And at least we get information that they are actually doing that. So the more we hear about that, the better, I think. But for the rest of us, there's plenty to do. And we're about to get 5.3, which is absolutely jam-packed with content. I'm very, very hyped to make content on that. record videos on that and upload them. That's going to be a lot of fun. So aside from that, then, really the other thing to talk about is that the next Letter from a Producer Live is taking place on Wednesday, July the 22nd. That'll be at 4 a.m. PDT. The starting time subject to change. That'll be broadcast on YouTube Live, Nico Live, and of course Twitch. I will link that in the description, the main header Lodestone page, so you can choose whichever one you want to watch it on. Personally, I watch it on YouTube, simply because for some reason Twitch seems to have issues with quality, and YouTube's better for getting screenshots from a live letter. I'm not really sure why that is, but it might be the way that Square Enix broadcast their stuff and their encoder settings, but it definitely looks better on YouTube for screenshots, so I would definitely recommend being there as well. And the delay seems to be longer on Twitch than it does on YouTube, so if you want to actually react live to stuff like I do, then you'll be watching it on YouTube. I'm not sure if I'll be live streaming a reaction to the live letter. That might be something we consider, but at the same time, I think I might just stick to my summary style videos. That might be the best thing to do. However, we might do that sort of stuff in the future. Live reactions would be fun to have somebody else on, another content creator, and get their impressions as well, since we can now utilize that. So we are going to be utilizing live stream tech going forward. It's not going to take away from the channel, though. There's still going to be videos every day, like 5 days a week. We're going to be implementing like Saturday as like a featured thing to actually live stream as well, probably on Twitch. And well, in this case, it would be YouTube. We're going to be doing some YouTube live streaming, a bit of Twitch live streaming. So the best place to go is both, really. I'll link those in the description as well. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say today. I'm incredibly happy. I'm incredibly thankful to the people at OpenReach for working tirelessly to fix something. I did mention to the technician that I was talking to for like 4 hours whilst he was here that I did Final Fantasy 14 stuff, and he'd never played 14, but I tried to encourage him to play it, but he was talking about Final Fantasy 7, and he hasn't actually bought that yet, so I encouraged him to definitely go out and buy Final Fantasy 7 Remake for sure, but I think he might look into 14, but I honestly think because I was chatting that guy up a little bit, like talking about the game, he might consider playing it. So there we go. And he might have expedited the process for me because of that, which is always nice. But yeah, there we go. Thank you all kindly for watching, obviously for supporting me this far. August is just around the corner. My Christmas is about to come early. I cannot wait to sink my teeth into that new computer, to render faster, to save me even more hours. My videos will be lightning, like literally lightning. If I can get that computer plus this internet, we are good. We are golden. One of the biggest changes to my life in general is I no longer have to go out at like 3 a.m. and park my car in a lay-by 2 miles away with a laptop and lock the doors and hope that nobody comes and robs me to upload my videos. So that's a big positive change for me. I can be a little bit more relaxed. Probably a few less grey hairs will appear on my head. I've actually had some run-ins with people. They came up to the door and was like knocking on the window. Somebody thought I was a drug dealer. I've never started the engine and put my foot down as fast as I did on one of those days. It scared the crap out of me, honestly. We get the drunken idiots walking past and like making noises and, lobbing stuff around. We've had glass bottles smash on the floor. So I'm personally glad to not have to do that again. If I can sit here, create my content and upload it, then I'm much safer and happier, especially in current world situation where people are not even remotely bothered about social distancing and all that jazz. But yeah, I'm staying safe now. You'll be pleased to know I might survive 2020. You never know. Not wanting to jinx it or anything, but it really is a vast improvement. I was so emotional when they installed it, and when I finally managed to get it to work on that, the day after we had technical difficulties, I was like, oh my goodness. But yeah, 900 down is, well, it's beautiful. And 50 up is more than I could ever hope for. Even if I am paying for 115 or whatever, 50 is like, it's a nice solid 50 as well. Like we get like 6 to 7 ping. Oh, it's so good. It's so stable. It's so fast. I downloaded the entirety of Dark Souls 3 and all of its DLC within 6 minutes. And that's only because Steam is capped at what it can download at. Like, what? It was like bottlenecking at Steam, but lightning fast, really lightning fast. So that's going to help me for patch downloads in the future, covering other games on other channels, live stream technology, obviously, with the upload speed. And my videos don't take 7 hours to upload. They'll still take a fair amount to render until I get my new PC. Bear that in mind. But I'm a lot safer and happier. But thank you so much for your support. Without any of your support so far, by the way, I would not be doing this. I certainly wouldn't be able to pay for, an obscenely large package from BT for internet. I certainly wouldn't have the equipment I have. I certainly wouldn't have this monitor that's in front of me. You saw that I recently did a bit of a promotional video where I got given a monitor from BenQ. That was just like them contacting me, and I couldn't say no to stuff like that. Yeah, you had to watch a video about me looking at a monitor, but genuinely it's a really good monitor, right? I'm using it as a daily driver now. It's helping me for live streaming. I've got 3 monitors set up. My 2 ViewSonics either side of this big BenQ thing. And it's actually helping me with my editing layout, everything. I couldn't be more grateful to you guys than I already am. So thank you so much for your viewership more than anything else. This Patreon stuff, it's all optional, and I'm eternally grateful for the people that go further just to give me some money. There's no rewards really on my Patreon. It's pretty basic. It's deliberately that way. I need to update it. It's pretty bad on my part. I should really update it, probably give some more incentives, but you know who you are. If you've gone to Patreon and you've supported me, then you are literally just one of the coolest people on the planet, honestly. And I'd love to buy you a pint one day. If FanFest does actually go ahead, we're going to have a lovely supporter and viewer meetup. And we're going to have like some beers or something. We're going to go to a pub. If you're of age, of course. If not, then I'll buy you an orange juice or something. Okay? Simple as that. Oh dear. Anyway, enough rambling. More video content creation. So for the rest of the day, I will have a couple of things. I want to make a glamour video, actually, so that might be next. But anyway, thank you kindly for watching. Enjoy the rest of my content. Enjoy the rest of your day. I know it's a Monday. It's bad for some, it's good for me, and I'm about to make it even better for you by uploading more content. And hopefully, wherever you are, you're keeping safe. I know I've been contacted recently by a lot of people who travel across countries. Stay safe. I hope that your day goes well. I was contacted by a dude who rides across the entire USA with big trailers on his big truck. He took some beautiful pictures of sunsets and sunrises and things. Be safe, my friend. Take it easy, everyone. And I'll see you all next time.